total with all the platform, I was funded $775. I had a max payout there, like $35,000. I did deposit like $5,000 after finishing all the courses, and then I was just winning trade. I was winning $200 here, $150 here. I was posting on Instagram. That was my first time me posting a lot of trades on Instagram, and a lot of friends of mine, they go like, "Oh, you're doing good. You're doing good." And I'm like, "I am." Like I didn't even realize I was doing good. Like I was just winning 200, 150, 200, 150, like consistency back to back. And I remember I flipped that account 5,000 to 8,000 in 1 month. If you don't care about the money and you just take a trade and learn, like the money's gonna come by itself.
All right, folks, here we are on Trading Up. We've got Jeff Delorbe here in the house. He's a trader over there in Boston, USA, gold trader. We're about to hear his story. He's been doing this full time for 2 years, and we're going to dive in and find out exactly how he became profitable in the first instance. So, yeah, welcome to the show, Jeff.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Now, if you're loving the show and thinking, where can I go and trade? Why don't you check out my prop firm sponsor, Blue Guardian. Now, these guys have been around for ages. They've been sponsoring Trading Up for over a year. And some of the key features that make them so good is that they've got realistic profit targets. For their challenge phases, it's only 8 or 4%. They also have a scaling plan up to $2 million. And they do profit splits of 85%, which is really high for this industry. They also have quick and reliable payouts and a robust reserve that make sure those payouts are as seamless and smooth as possible. Now, if you're looking to join, go and check them out. But first, grab my coupon code TradingNut, all one word. You're going to save yourself 25% off at checkout. There's a link in the description. Go and click that now. Right, let's get back on with the show.
So let's dive straight in. So thinking back to when you first became profitable, can you tell us about any changes you made or things you discovered that helped you make that initial breakthrough?
Yeah, so I just started trading March 2021. So I last 1 year studying, losing money. So I become profitable in 2022 around end of March or April. So it lasts me like a year. So what I did is like how I become profitable was like, you know, where people start trading, they are like in multiple group chat and they follow signal and this and that. So and they're not profitable. So I'm like, okay, let me just do something different. Let me just study by myself. Let me just focus by myself. So I was studying a day like 5 to 7 hours a day. After I was working like 10-hour shift. Then I used to go home, study for 6 to 7 hours a day. So it was looking at different courses. I was hungry. Like I was looking at the chart every day. There was one point that I last like 5 months without trading. I was just studying the chart, and then around 2022, around March, I did took Lepus Raul DTI course. That was is my main mentor. So after finished taking his course, I did study his strategy. So after that, it's just history. It's just become profitable.
So can you sort of like pinpoint the time when you were like, okay, I've got this and I'm ready to go live, etc.?
So yeah, so at first my first trading account was it was $1,200. It was like $1,200. So I remember I would just risk $10 per trade. So that's like nothing. Like, and when I was winning like $25 or $30, I was getting happy. That was at the beginning of the stage. Then I remember one point I did broke that account. So like that was like around middle of my stage. Like I was studying, taking courses, this and that. So there was one point then after that, I did deposit like $5,000 after I finished taking all the courses. And then I was just winning trade. I was winning $200 here, $150 here. I was posting on Instagram. That was my first time me posting a lot of trades on Instagram. And a lot of friends of mine, they go like, "Oh, you're doing good. You're doing good." And I'm like, I am? Like, I didn't even realize I was doing good. Like, I was just winning 200, 150, 200, 150, like consistency back to back. And I remember I flipped that account 5,000 to 8,000 in 1 month. And people were like, "Oh, you're doing good. You're doing great." And then I started realizing, like, okay, I am doing great. Like my consistency. So after that, I did took a FTMO challenge. I remember I broke my first FTMO challenge, but when I did the second one, I did pass like in 2 weeks and a half, and I started getting funded and started getting payout after that. That was the end of 2022.
Okay, cool. So and so when you I suppose separated yourself from those chat rooms and signals and all that sort of stuff and just dove in and started looking at the price chart, I mean, did you find that you had to copy what Lambo Raul was doing, tick for tick, or were you sort of coming up with your own angle and bent or market that you were trading?
Yeah, so I did copy like basically like 80% his strategy. I use 80% his strategy and 20% I use my strategy, because right now he trade like indices. I keep a gold. He used to trade gold before, so now I trade. He trade more indices, so like he trade a little different now. But I'll be honest, like 80%, I still trade it like 75-80% his strategy. I did copy everything he showed, supply and demand, support, resistance, price action, candle patterns, all that.
Okay, cool. So you had that initial bit of profitability. You grew your 5,000 to 8,000.
Yeah.
So what happened about like sort of getting that real consistency where you know things just never sort of went back? What did you work on, and what things did you add or change after that initial success?
Psychology. It was more like all this is more psychology. Like,
can you talk us through that? I mean, what? So your 5,000 to 8,000, did that just carry on, or did you have to?
I did carry on. Like it was. I took it to 10,000, if I'm not mistaken. Then I stopped trading the lab account. Then I went to trade funded. But it was more psychology. Just like what happened. I was like, I didn't care about the money. Like I was just want to learn, just learn the process. I didn't care about the money. Like I know people like after they take a loss, they get frustrated, this and that. Like if I took it out, it is what it is. Like I'll be back tomorrow in the market. Like the market's not going nowhere. The market was here before I was born, and it's gonna be here after I die. So it's always gonna be here tomorrow. So I had that in my mind. Psychology, like. If you took,
so if you had a bad day, you knew that the next day
I can get it back.
Start. Yeah, okay.
Yes, I can get it back. So a lot of people, like I know 80% of people, after they took it 2-3 hours in one day, they think it's the end of the world. It is not. Like the market's gonna be there tomorrow. So that's what helped me out the most. The psychology part. Like I didn't care about, like I said, I didn't care about the money. I just care about learning the curve. And then if you don't care about the money and you just take a trade and learn, like the money's gonna come by itself. That's how I look at it.
And what kind of things were you learning along that way, so that you had a bad day? I mean, what did that look like, and how did you sort of I suppose take the lessons from that bad day so that the next day wasn't as bad?
Oh yeah, when I would have a bad day, like I was overtrading. I realized before when I become profitable, I was just taking one trade, win or lose, one trade a day. But there was one point, like I was taking one trade. I'm like, okay, let me take another trade, and let me take another trade, and then then you start, and at the end of the day, you see like you take 7 trades. I'm like, okay, that's I need to fix that. So no over risk, like no over trading, no over risking. Risk management is really important in this game.
And what do you think? But what do you think the issue is with over trading? Because it kind of makes no sense when like a lot of people go into it. It's like, well, if I can take one trade, why can't I take 7 trades? What do you think, in your opinion, is the issue with over trading?
The thing is, when you take it out, people want to get it back the next trade, and then you took it second out, and then you realize like, okay, the thing is, people want to finish the day with a W, and you need to learn how to lose. That's the thing. You can take all the courses you want. They're gonna show you how to win, but they're never gonna show you how to lose. So losing is, you need to figure that out by yourself, and people don't know that. So I learned that the hard way. Like when I was sick, there was one point I took I was losing for 2 straight weeks. I'm like, well, that was when I was profit already. Like I was losing for 2 straight weeks, and I'm like, it was a bad month, something. And I was like, and there was one point in my life I'm like, damn, am I suck again at this or what? Then I realized like, okay, no, I'm doing this bad. I'm over trading. I'm taking like 4 or 5 trades a day. So I then went back on my normal routine, taking 1 or 2 trades a day. That's it. Being disciplined is like being disciplined is important in this.
So the difficult thing for you was really just, I suppose, accepting that loss at the end of a day where you take one or two trades. So maybe you win the first one, lose the second one, and going, I'm going to stop trading for the day on an L and not a W, and know that next day I'm going to be all right. So that was hard. I mean, was there anything you had to do other than just go through the pain to help you not overtrade?
No, I had to take the L. It hurts, but I had to take the L like a man. So
okay.
I decided like, okay, let me just focus 1 or 2 trades a day, and that's it. Let me just focus 20 trades of this month. Like if I win 3 trades back to back, maybe the next trade I might get everything back, but I lost. Like what I focus more is like risks management and risks to reward. That's how you win.
Yeah. Now, what about if you had to advise like an aspiring trader, like here's the roadmap to success, what would you give them for like, step-by-step process?
Yeah, first, never give up. That's the number one thing. I know people who they start beginning to do trading, and then the next 2 months they don't get it, they want to quit. So this is not a fast process. It takes time. Never give up. Be disciplined. Study. No matter what, if you're sick or healthy, whatever, like study every day. That's what took me here. Studying every day.
And when you say study, what would that entail?
A little bit of backtesting, looking at courses. Like I'll be honest, I was looking at courses. Like I was going crazy looking at courses, left and right, online courses. I'll be honest, like DTI course, took it like 4 times. Like I was repeating because you can look at it one time, the course, but you're not going to understand everything that one time. If you take it a second or third time, then you're going to understand more.
Okay, brilliant. Well, now, what about what's next? Like, so I know you're doing really well at the moment. What are you looking to study or work on to improve your performance as a trader?
I want to hold my trades. I want to hold my trade longer. Like I'm that type of guy. Like I take 60, 75 pips, and I'm happy with that. Almost 100 pips. But these days, I know I can take a trade and I close my trade at 80 pips, but then it moved 200 pips, 300 pips. I left money on the table. Sometimes it hurts. I'm trying to fix that. I might like leave it running to help me out or something. But I don't want to be greedy at the same time. But I know I can make more money if I know I can make 70 pips almost every day or 80 pips, and the price the only pair I trade is gold, and gold like to move a lot, like 100 to 200 pips a day at least. And I've been taking only 70, 80 pips, almost 100 pips a day. But every time I cross that 80 pips, like an hour later, it moved like 200 pips on my direction. I'm like, okay, well, next time I'm trying to fix that. I want to be more. I want to hold my trade. I don't want to be like a 100% swing trader, but at least I want to hold my trade for 4 or 5 hours. I'm trying.
And what risk to reward would your initial trade be without holding it?
I take at least 1 to 2, at least. But average is 1 to 3, 1 to 4, because I put 25 pips stop loss every time. That's my main stop loss, 25 pips. And gold like to move, like I said, like 100 to 150 pips. So if I put 25 pips stop loss and I get 100 pips, that's 1 to 4 there. But sometimes, like at least I close at 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 3.5. So it depends. Okay. Like it's like basically like that's another problem too with people. Like they wake up and they go like, okay, I need to cash 100 pips today. It's not like that. Like you need to wake up, look at the chart, like, okay, today it's gonna give me like a 50 pip move. I see this setup, it's gonna give me 50 pip move. And another day it's gonna give you like 100 pip move setup. Like I do look at the chart and go like, okay, like gold, I see gold's gonna reverse here, so I might get 100 pips here. And this day I go like, okay, I'm only gonna cash 40 pips in this move. Like, I'm like, it's different. Like every day is not the same. And people, they just wake up and they're like, okay, I need to cash 100 pips automatically today. It's not like that. You need to first look at the chart, study the chart, how's the momentum's moving, how price moving, and then you realize, then you make a plan like where I'm gonna enter, where I'm gonna exit.
Now I know that, like, thinking, okay, all right, I want to hold trades longer. I want to get bigger moves.
Yeah.
What are you doing to try and, or what kind of education are you doing to try and manage the fact that you're now going to take a trade that goes a lot further?
I guess it's more psychology. It's like more psychology, because when I'm at 75 pips or 80 pips, like there's one point in my head, I'm like, okay, I want to hold it, but what happens if I reverse it, stop me out? I'm going to lose that 75 pips. I'm that type of guy. I never move my stop loss. Like if I put 25 pips stop loss, it's going to stay there, because I'm that type of guy. Like if I enter the trade and I put 25 pips stop loss, it's going to hit my TP or it's going to hit my stop loss. Either one. I'm not that type of guy who moves the stop loss and break even. Like.
And what's your win rate on the current setup?
Like overall?
Yeah.
I want to say 65, like 60. Like this.
Okay.
Like I don't want to say like over 75, maybe like 65 to 70.
And I suppose if you go for that longer sort of running trade, it's potentially going to drop down because you're going to get some that do come and stop you out.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Okay. Yeah. All right. And so let's dive into the next question. What about like something that everyone should avoid in this trading space? What would it be?
Don't take signal. You need to learn. You need to learn yourself how to enter the trade and when to exit, because you can't have nobody like holding your hand. Like, okay, enter here, exit here. Like, I understand people want to make money. I understand that part, but at the same time, like if you want to be a trader, just do everything by yourself.
It is actually such a true thing. Like you've got to really do it by yourself.
Yeah, you need to do it by yourself. And there's another thing too. Like I'm against the bot. I don't know about you. I'm against the bot. Like I see people taking bot to trade, and I'm that type of guy. Like if you use a bot, you cannot call yourself a trader because the bot is doing everything for you. Like what's the point to be a trader? The point to be a trader is when to think, when to enter, when to exit. So I see a lot of people using bot, take a signal. Basically, they don't want to be a trader. They just want to make money at the end of the day. They really they don't got passion for this. I got passion for this.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. It's very, very sort of like, I want to make money versus I want to be a trader. Yes, and the passion comes with that. Now, can you talk us a little bit about your track record, your trading performance over the past year or two?
Yeah, so at FT, I was funded at FT more 2022, so I was getting payout, like average payout was like 5K, 6K, 7K. Like I remember I was funded too with my Forex fund when my Forex fund was alive. I was funded with then 400K. Like total with all the platform, I was funded 775. 775 funded total. My goal was getting 1 million, but it never did. It never happened because there was one platform that really screwed me up, and then I lost a account to I blow it. So that 775 dropped to 350, something like that. So I stick with FT and one of my Forex funds. So I have multiple payouts. My max payout was like on my own personal name. It was like $18,000 because at the same time I was trading other people funding account. They were giving me a percent. So there was a person. He was funded like almost 500K. So I was trading his account. He was giving me 50% of that. So I had a max payout there, like 35,000, if I'm not mistaken. It was split at 50-50. I couldn't post it because it wasn't my name. If I post it, people's gonna be like, "Oh, that's not you," So, but it is what it is, So I did have a $35,000 max payout with that investor account.
Okay, cool. And so, and have you traded any of your personal money?
Right now, yes, I am trading personal money. Right now, I got a $25,000 trading account on a broker, on a regulated broker outside from the US.
Hey folks, what a view behind me. I'm at Black Bull Markets headquarters here in Auckland, New Zealand. Speaking of views, you can get TradingView paid plans for free at Black Bull Markets, saving you up to $600 a year. That's right, get either the Essential, Plus or Premium plans absolutely free, and all you need to do is trade from one lot a month at Black Bull Markets. And you can also get a 100% deposit bonus for your first deposit up to $1,000. All you need to do is click the Trading Nut link in the description below.
So right now I'm trading, I got a $25,000 account there with that. I'm only risking like $500 per trade, almost $1,000. I'm not going crazy like that. So.
And do you keep that balance sort of consistent and withdraw regularly, or how do you manage that?
I keep it consistency. I withdraw, like if I need to withdraw 1,000, I do withdraw 1,000 or 1,500. I'm not going crazy. Like when I was trying to fund it, like I was going lot size higher. And right now I'm only going like 2 lots. Like 1 lot, 2 lots. Like because it's your own personal money. You don't want to risk. You don't want it hurts when you lose your own money. It hurts, but when you lose on the funding account, it's not going to hurt too much.
Next question, but picture this. You're a struggling trader who has 10 hours to commit to trading each week. How would you break up those 10 hours to have the best chance of becoming profitable as soon as possible?
So I do like 2.5 hour back testing, 2 hours of psychology. I'm that type of guy. I like to read psychology books. I already read like 5 psychology books, if I'm not mistaken. Then I do like another 2 hours of live market testing. Like I like to see the market live, like how the candle move, why this candle close like this at the same time. And the other an hour and a half is like I like to journal my trades for during the week, like what I did good, what I did bad, what should I fix next time I trade.
Okay, you've got 2 hours left. What are you going to do with those last 2 hours?
Okay, the other last 2 hours I would like look at my courses. I would go look at online courses, because I'm that type of guy. I like to look on, I already know the answer, but I like to go back and study it.
And what was so you said you read a few psychology books. What would be your best psychology book?
The last book I read was The Forex Mindset. That's a great book. It did click me in my head there. It was perfect. That was the last book I read. That was the first and last book I read, like by the book, because the other book I was just listening like audio. So So
well, I'll tell you what, we'll find that book at the Forex Mindset and hook it up in the show notes for you folks if you want to go and find it. Now, next question is what if when it comes to finding a strong edge in the market, what areas would you recommend somebody study in order of importance?
Study like strategy, like I would say like supply and demand. So study more on supply and demand, support resistance, because the market moves by supply and demand. Like before I used to use trend line, but I stopped using trend line already because it's not necessary. But I'm that type of guy. I like to follow the trend and focus where supply and demand, support resistance, market structure, and follow the trend.
Okay, cool. So that's the 4 things. So in that order, folks. So make sure you do remember that. We'll actually chuck those in the show notes as well. Now, what's the best way for traders to connect with you?
You can Instagram, Jeffrey Papeleta, at Jeffrey Papeleta.
Brilliant. Okay, well, what we'll do, folks, is hook all that up if it's not on the screen here. Now, stay tuned because we're going to jump into a price chart with Jeff. He's going to show us what he does in the actual market. So please stay tuned for that. There'll be a link here somewhere, maybe up here. Go and dive in right now.